Well, one thing I do want to touch on quick here because I've started looking into it a bit more based on an episode we did at the tail end of 2020 with
Mhm.
Robert Scoble, spatial audio and
Mm,
3D audio.
yeah,
I'm really starting to become fascinated by that type of audio production and that type of sound.
yeah.
Have you been able to work with that at all? Is there anything that you could
No.
speak to on that? Because it's like I one night I just went down a rabbit hole and I was like,
Yeah.
wow, wow.
Yes, I'm with you. I have not dealt with the 360 at all. I've experienced it. Like there's Sonos has been doing some stuff. Sony had the Sony 360 headphones that I heard about where they actually I gotta find this again, but I know I read it somewhere. But at one point they were saying that you could send in a mold of your ears and send it in so that they could mold these headphones to exactly the right proportions because and you're wearing headphones right now, um, your ears are shaped differently than mine, and so
Yeah.
you're experiencing sound through your headphones different than I would. Like for instance, I have a real hard time with earbuds. Like I got my Galaxy S20 and I
Yeah.
hate the headphone or the earbuds that it came with because they fall out of my ear. I can't,
Yeah.
yeah, I can't go running and listen to music. It's really annoying. And these are my older ones and they work, but they still kind of fall out. So our ears are shaped differently. And so when sound bounces off of things, it bounces different. And so when they could have the mold of your ears, they could give that experience like the pan ultimate, they know exactly where the sound is bouncing, so they know where to stick the little, speakers or whatever. It's just insane. It's insane.
Yeah. And I think kind of bouncing even more off the point you just made there, I think that's really what the value of spatial audio could be because you're truly now capturing audio as a human being would hear it and producing it naturally. So I, over the holidays, got some AirPod Pros, and Robert told me that there is an app for iPhone, it may be for Android as well, called Spatial Bliss. And he was telling me about how he tried it for the first time, and it was like incredible because you could move sound like all around your head because the AirPod Pros apparently can
Wow.
accommodate spatial audio. And I'm like, eh, it's not that cool. And then, of course, first thing I do is I download that app and I set it to be like raining in front of me and birds chirping in the back. And it was like, and this is
Yeah.
just like light, high level version of this. I'm just really looking forward to how that type of sound production can be applied to film,
Hmm.
music,
Hmm.
even as we've been talking about voice technology here. And I think it'll happen. And it sounds like Apple may be coming out with a nifty pair of headphones sometime this year, beyond what they released at the end of last year with their AirPod Max headphones. Like
Yeah.
these are going to be a brand new set of headphones that do 3D and 3D sound and spatial audio. So I'm ready for this revolution because I think it's just only going to complement a lot of other technologies,
Yeah.
especially voice technology.
Well, the movie industry is on their way, and they'll get it real fast because they can position their speakers all around. Like if you're in a theater, they can
Right.
position it just right, so you have the experience. Like if you've ever gone to like an IMAX theater or
Yep.
something like that's insane. Like, can you go in and you're like going for like National Geographic and seeing beavers flying around or jumping in water, and it's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So I think that the movie industry can get that for sure. But it is very fascinating to me about like on the go spatial sound. That is
Yeah.
really, really cool. And something I've been delving into also is directional sound. There's some companies that are focusing on ultrasonic waves to direct outdoor and out and about sound. So like for example, they this one company I was talking to, they were working in museums, and now that after COVID and all that stuff,
Right.
we're not going to be putting those headphones on in the museums to listen to like
Right.
the overhead. So they're like, well, how else are we going to get this information to people other than just the text that's on whatever display? And so what they have is they have directional sound speakers that are focused within the art piece or display of whatever sorts, so that when you're standing right in front of it, you're getting the information. The person next to you is not. They even did, it's like very focused sound, and they even did an experiment with a billboard, and it was
Really?
a billboard, and it was for a horror movie, and they had this crazy character like whispering creepily, and this husband and wife were walking down the street, and the husband heard it and the wife didn't.
Wow, I gotta find that.
But it
That's
was
cool.
I can't remember where. I feel like it was in China or Japan, but I'm not entirely sure. But it was considered a success, I would
So
imagine.
the sound was only
Yeah,
depending on how the
yeah.
person say walked by the billboard, it was
Who it
only
would be.
direct.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah.
That's cool.
And I think of that like Minority Report. Did you ever see Minority Report with
I have not.
Tom Cruise? Okay, you'll have to watch it. There's this scene in the mall, and Tom Cruise is walking through, and the idea is like you're like totally like the system has like your eye print and everything.
Yeah.
Like, he rips out his eyes at one point so that he can like be incognito. It was gross. But there's this mall scene where he's just like walking on this outside area, and you see all of these like three-dimensional VR ads pop up, and then you hear I don't remember his character's name, but hi, Tom, would you be interested in this? And Tom, this is just for you. And it was the ads that he was passing by were advertising
Yeah.
specifically to him. And that's kind of cool, but it's a little obtrusive at the same time.
That also sounds like the future, to be quite because if there's one thing we know about advertising and marketing, it always finds a way to sell you stuff in the most unexpected ways.
Uh-huh. That's
And
how you're successful in marketing. You have to think
right.
of the next best thing.